Worth it.
Significant other.
We're
back. All right.
You want me to hit go? Oh, so we're back live. We had some technical difficulties. Wasn't quite sure what went on, but for some reason, I think the devil just don't want us to tell our story. But we're back. We're back. We continued the conversation. As we still continued the conversation, we actually just got into a little further of the conversation, and we wanted to talk about what we were talking about, the balance.
Mm-hmm.
And how we balance everything and how everything works in the balance, and how even within having relationships, sometimes it's hard to balance everything.
Absolutely. So what we were talking about was, when you have a significant other,
Mm-hmm.
that support is just not there.
Yes. Sometimes the support's not there.
And it's hard as an entrepreneur because you want the support there. You're thinking
Absolutely.
that it's supposed to just automatically be there.
Right. Exactly.
We have to come to a place where if it's not there, we still have to move forward.
We do. Because sometimes,
because if I wait on you to make me happy.
Okay, let's talk about that.
If I wait on you to make me happy, my business is not going to move. Which means if I'm the head person of this business,
right,
and I'm waiting on you,
right,
this business is going to go down the drain.
It is.
Because I'm waiting on somebody else's happiness to make it work. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
I just literally had a conversation just today with someone about, when the foundation is broke. When the foundation is broke and you're not happy.
I just had this conversation with my mother.
I just had this conversation, and even in building the brand Brass Mill, I can tell you that if you don't have that support in the background, if you don't have that support person,
you have to work 3 times harder.
You have to work 3 times harder. And then the level of stress that you get then incorporates into your business. It incorporates into your day.
And it shows.
The food you eat, the way you wear your hair, to the way you work out, to the way you talk to people, to the way you love people. If you don't have that support. And for those of people who are married, okay, I want to talk to the people that are married. When your significant other isn't in that I gotta win game with you, that causes all kinds of situations.
It does.
And then you gotta worry about that.
It's a fight.
It's a fight. It's a fight that you're not geared up to win, because it's constant. Even when 2 boxers get in, they do 12 rounds, man. I'm telling you.
When you're fighting the world, my philosophy is, when you're fighting the world outside, negotiating contracts, you're setting up, events and, paying bills for the business and, trying to come up with more ideas.
Right.
You're fighting the world because this is this part.
Right.
So when you go home, you're not trying to peaceful.
I'm not trying to that fight.
It's supposed to matter any longer. It's supposed to be, babe, how was your day? Guess what? My day was rough. What can I do to make that better? Let's talk about it. If you want to vent, okay, that should be an open door for you to vent. Versus, well, I don't want to hear about your day because I had a long day too. Do you know how many people have to fight all day long?
Exactly.
All I want you to do is just give me a hug and say, guess what? I know the day was rough, but I'm here for you no matter what.
And the conversation was just so needed. I think sometimes when your significant other or your baby daddy, your girlfriend, whatever role they want to play in your life, when they don't see your vision, when they don't catch this, when they don't see your vision,
it's non-existent.
It's non-existent. So they may be in it when you take the podium, or they may be in it when it's time for the glitz, the glamour. But behind closed doors, when you're beating me down, it's taken from my purpose. It's taken from my vision. That's why I want to talk to women, because that vision and that purpose is solidly yours.
Absolutely.
You were created for a purpose, and your purpose is to know who you are and to walk in your purpose.
Absolutely.
I can't say that my entrepreneurship was for him. It was for me. But it does feel good to have that support system. But that's why you have to build it up within yourself. And we all want that. Everybody wants a pat on the back, job well done, you're doing a great job. And when you have that significant other, that is their role.
But it makes it so much better when
it does. It makes me. Now you know me. I work 12, 15-hour days, thus as you. And when it makes me want to work even harder, it makes me want to thrive even more, to know that I'm not even come home to, but I know in the back of my mind when I'm in here making this $1 million deal, that I can go home and I can celebrate with my significant other, and he celebrate me. He celebrate me.
Or just, and what people don't understand is just the words and saying, I'm proud of you.
I'm proud. Let me tell you that I'm proud of you.
I appreciate you goes on. That's, you didn't even have to give me no money.
Right. Exactly.
Just those words of saying, I'm proud of you. I appreciate everything that you do for us.
I found it. Now, I'm just going to be honest. Definitely because you my little sister, and I can do that. And then it is my place. It's my place to mold you. It's not your place to mold me. But I can tell you this: when you don't
mold together,
now we molded together because you grown now. So I got to give you all due props. You grown now, right? And you look good too. By the way, I'm going to tell you that when you came in.
Look, I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I got to get this weight back after them 2 surgeries.
That's all right. That's all right. But I'm going to tell you when you came in, you look good.
Thank you.
When I can tell you right now, building the business suites for Brass Mill, the executive suites for Brass Mill, now in Delaware, now expanding to Elton, now expanding along the campus. So we're getting ready to become the campus.
Oh, that's good.
Of the business suites at Brass Mill. And there's a lot of endless nights. There's a lot of times where you need that support system. When you don't have it, it makes the day longer. When you don't have that support system, and then not only that, just being a woman in this business. That's why if you don't have a boo thing, and you don't have a husband, and you have to find some type of support system. You have to, because it gets cold out here. It gets lonely out here. Absolutely. And let me tell you something. Altitude is everything. Because climbing to the top of that mountain, to stand on it.
I don't want to stand alone. I want to have my support system
exactly,
with me.
Exactly.
To say, these are the people that build who I am.
Exactly.
When I win, we all win.
That's why again, I can't stress this enough. That's why you have to know your purpose. And that purpose has to be known within you. You can't expect your friends to know your purpose.
Because they're not.
They're not. You can't expect the bus driver, when you get on that bus, to know your purpose. You have to.
He don't know. He
doesn't. The don't care part is facts. That's just major facts.
And even to the certain degree, and I'm not being a Debbie Downer, but I'm just being honest. Even sometimes your significant other don't care.
Well, this is. I also want to put it out there. I want to put it out there. Know your purpose. We're coming with the truth. We're coming with facts. We're coming with our journeys. And there are times, where you get into the alignment where your significant other, he's so busy, or she's so busy doing whatever they want to do, that they forget that we're still building here, and we're still branding here. I feel like being an entrepreneur and being at the top of the game. They told me the other day I was at the top of the game. I said, wow, thank you. Thank you so much. Being at the top of the game. But you know what the thing about it is, being at the top of the game, it can last just a little while, or it can last a long while, but you just got to be good while you're there. You just got to be good while you're there.
Because the same people that you see going up,
they got to come down.
The same people you can see coming down.
Absolutely.
That's why I stand firm to not doing people wrong.
Absolutely.
I want my blessings to continue to come.
Yes.
And it's like, I told my son this yesterday. I said, what you do and what people see you do will take you a long way.
It will. It absolutely will. And the thing that I try to share with people all the time, just because you see me with my hair done.
Honey, listen, I took that wig off and I snapped
it. Sis, let's talk about that now. Let's talk about it. God, relax.
Listen, this is a transparent
This is a transparent moment.
When she invited me that I was going to take all the gloves off.
You be taking them off. Go ahead and take them off.
Listen, at the end of the day, sis is cute. I'm real cute today. I got a serious broke nail. Listen, it is what it is.
You know, and
guess what? I am still, and I still know my purpose, with a broke nail.
You just the thing about it is this is the thing.
This ain't always lights, camera, action.
It's not.
I had a Band-Aid a couple days ago.
It's not. And that's what I want people to know. That's what I really want people to know. I want people to take that right there.
We're not always cute.
It's not going to always be the number one glamorous side. It's not going to always be it's always going to be a lights, camera, action thing. But the only thing I can tell you is even in a baseball cap with my hair pushed back, I know my purpose.
You better walk in it.
And some people call that, you know, yeah, even with the broke nail, Saquon, we still doing the thing, okay?
The young lady said to me, she said, no, my mom said to me, she said, I know you're gonna get them lashes done because that lash is on a half.
Listen, sometimes things gotta be on a half.
When you don't have time because you're doing 20 million things.
20 million
you
things.
You look in the mirror and say, let me lift this lash up right quick. I might give
I'm one of the listen.
One more day.
Listen, I'm one of those make it happen. I make it happen females. But one of the good things are there are several signs that tell you that you're living in your purpose. There's several.
When people still know who you are. And I've been in a grocery store, and I'm gonna piggyback off the fact that you said with a baseball cap. I've been in a store. I've had a hat on with some sweats, and somebody has actually seen me. They said, "Mita." I said, "Hey."
Yeah.
I gotta get the low hey.
Hey, how you doing?
She said, "Girl, you still cute with that hat on." She said, "But I'm trying to understand why your sneakers got a whole bunch of glitter on them if you selling in a baseball cap." I said, "My mother said I never know when I'm gonna meet my worst enemy, so I better be slightly
you always gotta be always gotta be ready. You always gotta be ready. You know, and some of those signs that I want to talk about tonight are you know, knowing you walking in your purpose, you get these inspirational bursts, and you no longer have to you no longer have that nagging feeling, you know, that a big part is missing. You no longer have that. When you know your purpose, you no longer have that. You found what makes you whole. That's one of the good things.
Because sometimes being an entrepreneur and all those things, you lose sight of yourself.
You do lose sight of yourself, and sometimes my head gets big. And I have to back myself back down and say, hey, wait a minute now. Those numbers are big, but you have to be big as the numbers. Okay. Another thing, you know, you have gone from being stuck to knowing that you are a meaningful path that gives you all truth. You were stuck, and now you walking in your truth. You're stuck. You're good. Now you literally are generating.
And I used to be that person.
Being that person is that again. Being that person is big.
There are days that, you know, you still get stuck, but you got to pray through them.
You got to pray through them. Praying through everything has always been the greatest initiative that I've ever. That prayer closet is big. You know, before I
have one.
Oh my goodness, you got to get a prayer closet. I don't care if it's
too much stuff everywhere.
Listen, let the bathroom be your prayer closet. Everybody got to go bathroom. Go and sit there and let that be your prayer closet. But I will say,
I think I find the most. I pray the most when I'm laying there by myself.
Listen, your car can be your prayer closet. Your bathroom, the shower can be your prayer closet. As long as you don't forget to do that step, because you need that step. That step is going to get you over. It's going to get you over into crying nights. Because let me tell you something. A couple of weeks ago, I was like, you know what, God, I'm tired. I got a call. This was down in one of the buildings. That was down in one of the buildings. The plumber couldn't come till this day, and I said, you know what, Lord? I said, I'm tired. But another sign that you know that you've walked into your purpose, you know, you stop doubting yourself. You know, you feel confident and good about the choices you make. That's another sign to know that you're on the right path. When
somebody said on there, they said humbleness.
Yes, when you no longer doubt yourself, you no longer feel like you're hiding part of who you are. You know what I mean? You're authentic and you're true. You know, you're true to your soul. That's how you know when you really are walking in your purpose. When you stop looking for approval from those around you.
And I think I knew part of part of my journey. It's funny that you mentioned that is when I came to your event.
Wow. Oh, wow.
I think that was my first public event since my surgery.
Yes. So we had here, for those of you who don't know, we had one of the greatest women's conferences in Harford County. And your breakthrough, knowing your breakthrough.
Yes.
You know, and we had some dynamic women up there talking about their breakthrough. And that was one of the things when I knew my purpose, when I knew that I had accomplished and I had made it through that breakthrough. That's when I knew. That's when, really, to be honest with you, that's when Know Your Purpose was birthed. That day.
Oh, wow.
That day.
But that's good.
That day, Know Your Purpose was birthed. So with that being said, Know Your Purpose is going to go far. So we're going to be bringing a lot of different conferences for women. We're going to travel with the brand Know Your Purpose. I've been talking to a friend. We're going to do some apparel. We're going to do, Know Your Purpose is one of the things that I want to do with Know Your Purpose. I want people to know, even if you don't know your purpose, we can get you to the road of knowing your purpose.
Absolutely.
Okay? Because there is purpose for everyone.
Absolutely. It was, you know, even piggybacking off of what you said, at that conference, I didn't know what state of mind I was in. And I said, one thing is for sure, she invited me to speak, I'm going to speak.
Oh, yes.
I had it set in my mind.
Everybody took the podium.
I had it set in my mind all week what I was going to talk about. Had my paper ready, this, that, and the third. But when I got there, it was just something that said, this is not what you're going to talk about.
Okay.
You're going to be your true, authentic self.
Well, that's one of the signs.
Good, bad, or indifferent.
Don't forget, that was one of the signs that I just talked about. You are authentic and you're true to your soul. So that's one of the signs of knowing that you know your purpose.
I said, I'm going to be who I am. I'm going to share that even in my brokenness at that moment, I was going to share with other women how to get over.
That's right. That's right.
How to be better on this other side of the fence.
That's right.
It took some time.
Well, also knowing your purpose, you know, you find your voice. You find your voice, you find your courage, you find your confidence.
And I found my voice again.
Because sometimes you got to go find that voice a couple of times. Yeah. Sometimes more than a couple of times, you got to go find it. You know what I mean? And then you have to become fearless.
Oh, yeah.
That's another. When you become fearless, that's when you know you really walking in your purpose. When you become fearless.
When the young lady said to me, she said, I follow you on Facebook. And she began to cry. And she said, you don't know how much your message moved me.
Okay.
Sometimes if it's only one person in the room.
Yes.
And I didn't know.
Yes.
At all.
Right.
And she said, is it okay to hug you? And I said, absolutely. I said, I'm going to hug her all day long.
And catch this. Your fears, there's a next step to this.
Absolutely.
Your fears become your best friends. Okay. They're the point to moving forward to your next step. That's when you know you're walking in your purpose. When those fears become your best friends, you're no longer scared to go places.
And I was afraid of surgery.
Listen.
I had 2 back-to-back. So I said, okay, I'm afraid of this. I've never had 2 surgeries so close together. I said, God, this is going to break me. I said, Lord have mercy, because I had lost about 13 pounds.
Wow.
Within 3 weeks, within a 3-week time frame. And I was afraid. But now, looking back, I'm like, okay, what is meant to be fixed inside, go fix it.
Listen.
If I got to go underneath this knife to be fixed again, let's fix it again.
Again, I can't stress this enough. You know, there are signs that tell you that you know your purpose. Okay. Another one of those signs is when frustration
kicks in
from you not meeting your potential has vanished. When that frustration kicks in and it is vanished, you know you're walking in your purpose. At that point, you literally know you're walking in your purpose. When you know you are meant to do great things and you have so much love to share, you know you're walking in that purpose.
And I feel as though I do. I have a lot to share to other people and different dynamics of what I do. It's just making sure that I'm humble.
You got humble. Listen,
stay true.
I tell my sons all the time, a humble man is a just man.
Absolutely.
But when you listen, this is not to throw no jabs at no men, because we don't do that here. But when
y'all get on my nerves, I don't care
but
what
when you're not humble,
sometimes I'm humble.
When you're not humble, nothing around you will work, whether you man or woman. You got to show your humbleness and your graciousness and your love within everything. That's not only a part of knowing your purpose. That's a part of being mature. Okay, let's talk about that. That's a part of being mature. But change, okay, change is no longer a fear for yours when you know your purpose. Change is no longer a fear. Because once I said, man, I don't want to change. I'm Stacy from the hood, you know. Well, guess what? Stacy from the hood can't go. Not everybody is meant to go with you on your journey. So don't be afraid to make that change and say, you know what? So and so, it's been good. Me and you have been really good friends. But somewhere along this line, your time is up. You have to know, within knowing your purpose, that some things are just meant for a season. They're not meant for longevity.
2 years.
It's not meant for longevity. And sometimes I think, we
push it.
We do. And not only do we push it, but sometimes we get, that stability thing.
It's comfortable.
And we live in our houses. Where sometimes people live in their houses with people they don't want to be with. But they stay for stability. They stay for that comfortability. Okay. Sometimes people, again, I talked about this on my last show. Sometimes people stay at their jobs for 20 years because they're comfortable and they're stable. Okay. Sometimes people stay at their churches because even though they know they should have been moved on, and that pastor then sold everything into them that he has, but you should move. Because guess what? Your soul should always be fed. So they stay because, they want to sit on the third row and the usher going to usher them in, and they on the third row and they know that third row is all for them. So they stay because they comfortable. But staying in something as far as entrepreneurship is, if you're not walking in it, rebrand yourself. Take that time to make sure that your change is always created from a lifestyle of love. Did you catch that?
Over and over again.
A lifestyle of love. Because if you're significant,
because you gotta love what you do.
Because you gotta love what you do. But not only you, did you catch that? The lifestyle. So if you out here fronting,
it's gonna show.
It's gonna show. If you out here fronting, I'm telling you right now, everybody out here right now, if you out here fronting, it's gonna show. If your husband only showing up with you for events, it's gonna show. Okay, if your lifestyle, you driving around here in a Mercedes Benz and you know you're behind belong in a Ford, get your behind in the Ford, because when that repo man come, it's going to show. When the repo man come, everybody in the neighborhood going to know. So sis, just go and drive that Ford until you can get to that Mercedes Benz. I went from a Chrysler to a Maserati because I was no longer comfortable in a Chrysler. I said, you know what, God? You done granted me these things. I want to go get comfortable in something else.
Listen, God said, I don't need a car payment.
Listen.
And thank you, Jesus.
You got to. I'm grateful. I don't have one either. I'm grateful. But you got to get to a place of where your lifestyle meets your purpose. If you didn't catch that, let me say that again. You have to get to a point in your life where your lifestyle meets your purpose. Hey, listen, if you back there behind Giant and you hustling t-shirts out the back of your car, but your lifestyle meets your purpose. If you on Wall Street and you selling t-shirts and you selling the shirts that you were selling down there in Edgewood for $5 and you getting 100, your lifestyle meets your purpose. You have to allow your lifestyle to meet the paved in the way. Of the road, so that way you can keep going forward. When you go forward, try not. This is something I want to tell you now. Try not to stand on a rock that's not that's just planted there. Go stand on a rock that's not stable. Because you learn to balance yourself. When we walking in them hills.
And that's why I said uncomfortable.
When we walking in them hills, we try our hardest. We try our hardest not to step on no rocks, my baby girl that works for me, she stepped on, she had a little wedge heels on a couple days ago, and she literally stepped on an acorn and went down.
She didn't balance.
You got to be ready for that balance, okay? And that's why I said that within this world of entrepreneurship and knowing your purpose, we may know what looks good today, but tomorrow we may have to change and readjust that thing. And my biggest thing in entrepreneurship, my fear is one of the things that kept me so abound. Once I realized that I can do this thing,
meeting new people is hard.
Yes.
Entrepreneurship.
Yes.
Meeting new people.
Yes.
It's a must, but meeting new people is hard because it's
a
trust factor.
It is. And trust is something that again works and embarks in that thing called relationship. No, and I'm not always just talking about a relationship between a husband and a wife, but a relationship between a business partners, networking, and all that good stuff. Because not everybody is meant to jive. Not everybody is going to jive. But the thing about it is, sisters, and I'm talking to the sisters right now. When you and your partner don't jive, wish each other well and move
and
on.
Keep it moving.
There
should not be any bad blood. If it didn't work, it just didn't work.
It just didn't work. And let me tell you something. I'm just going to speak to just rare facts and truth here. It's okay for you to be upset for a minute. Get out of that minute. Don't let that minute turn into. Let that minute turn into years. Don't let that minute turn into 2 years. Hey, just go ahead and bury that thing and celebrate one another. Don't forget to celebrate one another.
Not celebrate somebody else. That celebration is not going to come for you because that says that you have envy in your heart.
You have, and nothing works there. Nothing works there because you never know. This entrepreneurship game for women, we have to stand strong and we have to stay together. Sticking together is one of our greatest things. You know what I mean? And when you have that envy and that jealousy and that hatred piece towards anyone, that's when things really get contentious and you're really not winning.
Oh no.
You really as much as you want to think you winning, you're not. You're not. So another great thing on the signs piece that you know your purpose, the fear of what others share and think of you have been replaced by the belief that people need your gift and talents.
And I definitely
need your gift and talents because guess what? You're walking along like you talk about that lady. Hey, can I get a hug? Your gift and your talent has now shifted in her direction.
Little did she know she made me feel good too.
And little did she know.
She didn't even know that. And I'm thankful. I'm very, very thankful when when you're asked to speak at different places.
Absolutely.
When you're asked to host events.
Because they know that people now.
They know the energy that you're going
to bring. Not only that, but they now know that you are literally in control of what you're doing. You're literally in control of who you are. And I get asked multiple times, hey, Doc, you want to come on? Yes, I do. And I try to stand on as many platforms as I possibly can to share the word that you were created with a purpose. That's the first thing that I always come out swinging with. You were created with a purpose, and now it's time for you to literally walk in it. How do we walk in it? There's signs, there's symptoms. Just like when you catch a cold, you know you about to catch that cold. Well, guess what? You know you about to catch that purpose. And when you get into it, you have to know that there's that's about 25 different signs to know that you're walking in your purpose.
I knew. Even when I had COVID in December, it was funny because God has a way of showing you.
Yes, He does. Yes, He does.
When you're doing too much.
Sometimes, and that's one of the things as women we do too much. We do too much sometimes.
When He said, "I said sit down," and I'm like, I ain't ready yet. Let me just do this real quick. And He said, "Oh, I guess you're not listening."
Let's talk about that.
So when you get sick,
yes,
that is your time that you don't have to do. You have nothing else but to do is sit.
Yes.
I couldn't be around nobody. I couldn't go nowhere.
That's right.
So all I could do was readjust some things in the business. Readjust some things in my own self.
Sometimes you need that one-on-one time because
even myself, I was able to sit and say, God, I need your help.
That's right. That's all He wants. He wants us to come back to Him. Sometimes He'll put things in our path He'll knock us all the way down for us to come back to Him and say, God, why did that happen?
What's crazy is my mother kept telling me, you need to slow down.
Oh yeah. My mama knows best.
I am.
Right.
I said, I got this. She said, okay. And I called, I said, I got COVID. She said, again? I said, I know. I could tell you, October, I had
a massive heart attack in October. And the thing about it is, I didn't even know I had it. Didn't even know I had it. And then you have to forget, don't forget, September, we just put on the biggest women's conference there was here in Harford County. And that was a big event. It was a great event. It turned out great. Everybody loved it.
But prior to stress kills.
And, I was working and I'm in the best shape of my life now. So I thought, well, they still say I'm in the best shape of my life. Come to find out my heart attack was more genetic than anything, because that's what it gets. My mom passed away of a massive heart attack. And around this age of getting ready to be 48, that's the time when she started going through some of her things. And it's so funny because the signs were there, but I kept blaming them on other things. I had just flew back in from Atlanta. I had a conference in Atlanta. I had just flew back in from Atlanta. I remember working all the way up into the conference. And then when you get there, everything is such a rat race when you get there. And I was one of the keynote speakers. I just, again, like you, I had everything written down. I knew what I was going to say. And God spoke to me and said, speak on this instead of that. So I spoke on this instead of that. And I got back on the plane. I did it in Atlanta. Got right back on a plane. Went to Memphis with the tour. Did it there. Flew back to Atlanta to finish up on a Sunday. Came back home. My shoulder was hurting.
It's too much movement.
My shoulder was hurting. And I always carry a big purse.
But it's too much movement.
Yeah, so I thought the purse. Yeah, so I thought, that's why my shoulders hurt.
The load you was carrying.
Yeah. So I went to go see my personal trainer, and he said, "You still complaining about that shoulder?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "I think you need to go get checked out, make sure there's nothing wrong." I went to my doctor's office and I said, "My shoulder's hurting." He said, "Really, your shoulder?" I said, "Yeah, sometimes I got a little indigestion. That indigestion just came from nowhere." And I was just telling him, he said, "Have you been tired?" I said, "Yeah, I've been tired because I've been traveling." He said, "Well, listen, let's just do a quick workup." And he did an EKG, and it took him a long time to come back in the room. I was like, look now, I'm getting hungry now. What y'all doing? And he came in, he said, "You know what?" He said, "Doc," he said, "I'm 100% sure you had a heart attack. Now we need to see how massive it was." I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "We found some matter in your blood." I said, "Wow." I said, "I didn't even feel it." He was like, "Yeah." He said, "So what we have to do, we're going to send you down to Shock Trauma. We're going to get a 3D x-ray of your heart just to make sure that, you didn't do anything else." So I didn't call my family. I got my car. I drove on down because I was like, "Oh, that's not for me. That ain't about me." Drove down there, got the 3D sonogram, waited another 3 hours, went on down there to Great Cookie and got me a cookie. I said, "I might as well get a cookie on this thing right here." Got my cookie and came back. And when I came back, he said, "Hey, is anybody here with you?" I said, "No, I'm here by myself." He said, "Well," I said, "Come on, just let me know what's going on." He said, "Yes, you've had a massive heart attack and we can take you into surgery right now." Right now, because we don't.
I know you glad for that cookie.
I was happy. Listen, I was happy for that cookie because I had the cookie. They couldn't do surgery. I said, "You know what?" I said, "Listen," I said, "Catch this." I said, "If God kept me to come down here and he kept me through all this, if it's in his will, he'll keep me one more night so I can go home and get my things in order, let my children know, let my family know, so that way I can start building that support system." So next, about 2 weeks later, I had major surgery. I had 6 stents put in. 2 weeks later, I was back to entrepreneurship, back on the mantle working. Because God said, "You shall not be defeated in this." But
that's how it goes.
But that's how it goes, and that's why tonight I wanted to bring you on.
He show you a vision.
Show you your vision,
and he'll let you have your downtime, and it's back to work.
He'll let you have your downtime, but I'm going to do a wrap up in all this. Again, we know within being women and being boss like women that we have to give self-care, self-love. It's important. It's important because guess what? You, like myself, will miss some of the signs that need to be looked after. But one of the things that I want to work on this year is my own happiness.
I've been working on that.
Because guess what? I got businesses. Right, I got a multitude of businesses. My book is getting ready to come out. I'm doing all kinds of things. I'm doing motivational speaking. I mean, I'm a professor. I'm doing all this stuff. And you know what? Someone told me today that you need to take that time. But not only do you need to take that time, what about your happiness? Because I know my purpose. I know everything that drove me to it. I know everything that drove me away from it and brought me back to it. But one of the things that was shared with me today was, Doc, no matter how good you are, we still see you. And you have to be happy in it. So if you're an entrepreneur and you're not happy in it, revamp that thing.
My thing is, with an entrepreneur, if you're an entrepreneur, you have multiple businesses, you need to have me time.
Yes. Yes.
You can have a vacation, a staycation, a girlfriendcation, whatever, but you have to. It's important.
It is
extremely important.
It is very important
to have time with just you and yourself alone.
Absolutely.
Because when you have that time to yourself, it's not all of this going on. It's not a whole lot of that going on.
Right.
It's just you being able to relax.
Right.
I said this year, 2022, every single month. I said this for myself, not for nobody else.
Right.
Not no relationships that I'm in. Not in reference to my children. None of that. I said I'm going to take a trip once a month. Every month I'm going somewhere, even if it's just for the weekend. I'm going somewhere. I owe that to myself.
Yes, you do. You sitting around here, and a lot of people say, Doc, you sitting around here, you making good money now. Yeah, well, that's a factor. But that
money
without that happiness
how
piece.
to be happy
with it. So, with that being said, you have to come to know happiness is not only your right. It's not only your right? But it's a part of your life's purpose. It's just not a right to be happy. It's a part of your life's purpose. So if you are struggling with this thing of entrepreneurship, if you are struggling with that thing called marriage, if you're struggling with that thing called friendship, if you're struggling with that thing called,
don't allow somebody else's happiness.
There you go.
Let somebody else dictate your happiness.
There you go.
Be happy within yourself. And that's why I said them trips, I owe it to myself.
Absolutely.
I give so much of me to everybody else.
Absolutely. And that's, like I said, one of the things that I want all women to know. And we hopefully will be back airing on Facebook and all of our social media things. Like I said, the devil's been really busy with me this week. I done made him mad. So that means
that's why I just need the time out.
Listen, I done made the devil mad with me.
So that means when you come back, you gotta come back. Boom.
Well, listen, I already know that I'm gonna come back boom, because when we doing great things, the devil tried to do anything to slip us up. But guess what? He created another way for me to broadcast tonight, and it was so great to have you on the show. It was great to have you kick off my show, even though we had some technical difficulties. The devil's still trying to be busy. He's still trying to do some things. But again, one of the things I just want to share before we close out is working on you and healing from the inside brings more power to the outside.
Absolutely.
But don't harbor these things. Because I'm telling you right now, when you harbor those personal things in the inside,
it shows on the outside.
But it also shows in our ability to stand steadfast in the things that we know as our purpose. And when we harbor these things, and I'm guilty. I want to let you know I'm guilty.
I am too.
I'm guilty. And
I'm a feelings person.
I am. We're cancers. Cancer women are feeling people, but we also are retreat people. We'll retreat back into our shells when we feel like we need a safety net.
Absolutely.
But one thing I'm going to dare to challenge all entrepreneurs, and I'm talking to the women right now. I dare you to stand on a rock of uncomfortability. I dare you to take that next step. I dare you to brand something that no one's ever branded. I dare you to walk in your purpose. Absolutely. I dare you to understand that you were created to do this thing. No matter what that thing is. It could be we both were hairdressers once upon a time.
And it's amazing.
We both was hairdressers once upon a time. You know what I mean?
I'm like, wow, I'm not even doing hair as much as I used to.
It's
cool. I still know how to do it. It's still in me to do it.
Listen, they used to call me Jack of all trades. You know what I mean? But
I might not be Jamaican.
But there you go. But the thing about it was that was a part of my hustle though, because you never know when I might have to fall back on being a licensed cosmetologist, because I am. You never know when I might have to fall back on being a elementary teacher, because I was. You never know when I might have to fall back on being certified to do this and certain. You just never know when.
Never forget.
Yes, never forget where you came from. So
with even you saying that, like you said, self-care is
the biggest thing, man. It is the biggest thing.
Your journey can be the inspiration of somebody else's beginning of their journey.
Absolutely. That's why we have to share it.
You have to share. Somebody said to me, I think it was yesterday, sometimes when it's broke, it might not need to be fixed.
That's right.
Let it stay.
That's right.
Broke over
let it stay. Sometimes things aren't meant to be molded because and put back together.
There's a new thing over here on
There's a new thing over here on the side. And that new thing over on the side, you may want to shift it in the forefront of everything. Okay?
Be appreciative of all things.
Absolutely.
Even if it's the smaller things, because with understanding that you were here at one point and now you're way over here.
Right.
You know, when you were struggling, and I'm going to say, listen, I'm going to stand firm in front of all these people.
Okay.
In front of this podcast. I'm not ashamed that I used to get an independence card.
Okay.
Because guess what? I can't even qualify for one now.
Look at that.
That's okay, because
look at that.
That was who I was.
That's where you were. That's where you were. That's where you were.
I'm able to be able to afford it.
That's what I'm talking about. This is why this podcast is so important, because there were things that we did back then that brought us to the great peace where we are now. And we still struggle now. There are still some things that I'm struggling with. There are some things. That's why I wanted to bring this show, Know Your Purpose. Because I want to let the world know that this glitz and glamour, it doesn't come. Sometimes it'll come naturally. Sometimes it won't. But I want people to know that at the end of working a 14, 15, and entrepreneurship is a 24-hour. That's why I said it's not for everybody.
That's why it's imperative to have you time. It's imperative.
That you have to have. You have to build.
Even if you cannot afford to have a vacation.
Sit around, get a little glass of wine and have your staycation.
I love the fact that I have girlfriends that say, you know what, you got a lot going on home. I ain't got nobody here. Come on over.
That's right.
Come on over. You ain't got to do nothing. Look, we can get a bottle of wine.
Yes.
We can watch movies. Yes. We can play games. Sometimes you need to decompress from all the things that are going on in the world. Because I can tell you, for me, my brain does not turn off. My brain is steady running.
Mine does too. And sometimes I do my best thinking under pressure. But I've learned that and again, ladies, I want to let you know that this Know Your Purpose is just not for entrepreneurs. It's for anyone that knows their purpose. I have a few males coming on that want to talk about the other side of the entrepreneurship where the wife ain't supporting. And or how they made it over from coming from the streets to making it in the big life. So we have males coming on. We have a lot of different people coming on. If there's anybody out there that wants to come on the show, just hit us up. I got Instagram, I have Facebook, I have YouTube, I have everything. I have all those entities. If they want to know, then they want to share their purpose.
If they don't know their purpose, get with somebody where you can have a conversation.
Get with somebody just to have a good conversation.
So that they can help you understand what your purpose is in life. I've never would have thought that my purpose was to be a motivation to other women then.
Right.
My purpose at the time was just to do hair, make women look beautiful. And that I'm still able to do that in what I'm doing now. Exactly.
So, like I said, Know Your Purpose is it was great to kick it off with you.
Yes,
like I said, it feels like we've been on for a long time, but we weren't. We were cut halfway through. Technical difficulties, and it was so funny because we've been doing different shows here in our podcast. This is our podcast studio. We're launching live, so this is another one of my ventures. We're launching live from.
When I tell you I came in here, I was like,
this is amazing, isn't it? It's amazing, isn't it?
I remember when they were just doing the construction.
Yes.
On this part of it. And I'm just like, this is amazing. Sometimes when again, know your purpose.
Yes.
And okay, I want this to help other people. It
Yes.
always falls into place.
And that's what I was going to tell you. If you know anybody that wants to come on and do a podcast and they just don't know how to get it started, we're here. We're willing to show you. We have a great management team here.
I didn't know. I think I want a podcast.
Absolutely. You know what? I'm telling you out there in social media land. I did not want to do podcasting until my son literally showed me how easy it was and how you can just go on and he said, my son, he was like, don't do scripts. I just want the raw truth. Go on there. People want to hear the truth. People want to know what it really took for the Dr. Venable to try to get out here and know my purpose and win at it. My son asked me a question. I'm going to answer to you. Before we close out.
Okay.
My son asked me a question. And this question has taken me to great heights.
Okay.
When did you know it was time to bet on yourself? When did you know it was time to bet on yourself?
When the support wasn't there.
When the support wasn't there.
And when that vision that God had placed in me just kept knocking at my door repeatedly. I knew at that moment.
Yes.
That I knew right then.
So with that being said, I bet on myself and everything fell in place. But there are people out there that are contemplating on betting on themselves. I dare you tonight to bet on yourself. I dare you tonight. It's the
best decision you're going to ever make.
Yes. I dare you tonight to walk in your purpose. I dare you tonight to know that you are created and you were created with a purpose. I dare you tonight that whatever you're hiding in the closet, might it be a shirt, might it be a pair of earrings that you made, I dare you bring them out and show everyone your vision. Show everybody the journey that you're going on. So if you think about writing that book,
which I would have never thought I would have been an author at all.
An author?
That was not something that was in the cards for me.
No. Those things. Once again, I shared several different signs tonight of when you know you're walking in your purpose. But the last thing I want to say is the world needs to show you what being in your purpose can create. It can create your freedom, your happiness, and your fulfillment.
You're absolutely right.
It those three things, take that with you tonight. The world needs to know that knowing your purpose can create happiness, it can bring your freedom, and it can bring the fulfillment that you need to continue the drive. See, anybody can start their purpose, but it's the people at the ending of the job.
And it's funny that you say that because I had to tell you something that you did not know.
Wait a minute now.
I want to share with you.
Wait a minute now. She gonna tell me something I didn't know. Tell me all about it.
I don't know that. Because I was gonna wait, and I didn't know the perfect time to when to say it. I planned on leaving my job this year.
Oh wow.
My 9 to 5 because my purpose.
Your purpose. Your purpose said it. I like that. I like that.
You're not supposed to sit behind a chair all day.
No.
I do a lot of moving.
God bless you that you can leave your day job. I haven't figured out how to get that thing out of here.
You don't have a day job for business.
Let me tell you something. I still work for corporate though. I'm trying to leave that. Nice. I'm trying to leave that corporate world and just solely work for
I've been doing
my
the
brand.
shoe business. The shoe business has been doing very,
that is
very
super.
well.
That is awesome.
I had some hiccups at the beginning of the year.
Absolutely,
but it's
did.
Okay. It's okay. I let that go and moving forward.
Yes, I'm so proud of you.
I did.
I'm so proud of you.
I started another business.
Listen, that doesn't surprise me at no height.
Has nothing to do with fashion in no capacity.
Wow.
In no capacity.
That's amazing.
But I've seen the vision. I've seen the value that comes with it.
There you go. That's that fulfillment that we talked about.
And I actually like it. I spend some of my nights up looking and different things.
That's that fulfillment that we're talking about.
I've opened a trucking business.
Wow, that's totally different. Wait a minute. That's totally different than
fashion.
Wait a minute. That's totally different from being the corrections officer, the hairdresser, the Souls for Diva, the speakologist on breast cancer. So now we're at clothes, and now we're at the trucking company.
Listen.
Okay.
God said, let there be multiple streams of income.
Let there be multiple
and
streams
if I want
of
to leave
income.
my 9 to 5, I gotta make sure
multiple streams. Listen, congratulations on that.
I was like, I don't know when I'm gonna let this out, but I like it.
Listen,
Listen,
congratulations.
Thank you.
There are some other things that I'm getting ready to embark on as well.
That's what the green is for. Money. We are speaking money into fruition. This year is about multiplying your business.
Yes, that's and the thing about it is, if you don't know how to multiply, give us a call here at Brass Mill. We'll help you out.
Listen, you have Brass Mill. I have a lady that's like boss as well. Shout out to my accountant, Robin Haynes. She is one of the best that I've known. I mean, when I say she a boss, she play no games.
There you go. We come. Listen, we come. When you that true boss, we come to play no games.
Listen, I said,
come play no games.
I said, you my friend. She said, okay, you got homework. I said, well, okay.
She said, yeah, we friends, but you're gonna get this done. You're gonna get this done.
But there's a network full of people.
A network full of people.
I've come here. There are lawyers that are here. There are hairstylists that are here. There are
nail techs that are everything here.
I have seen this business grow from the first time I've ever walked in these doors. There is somebody here that you can network with, that can help you build the dream entrepreneur journey that you would love, the freedom that you would love to have.
The first thing you got to do is you have to know what purpose you are made for.
You got to want it.
Once you learn what purpose you were made for, so many people call me and so many people email me. So many people talk to me and they say, well, you know what? I was going to try to start a wig line. Well, where's that, sis?
I'll help.
We'll help. Where's it at? Where's it at? Like, let us help you. Let us help you walk into your destiny. Let us help you walk into your vision. So the next time you come back on the show, we want to know all about how the trucking company's going and how everything's working out and how it's all manifested into your line of greatness and a part of your journey. I'm excited to know what's going to happen next.
Yeah.
I'm excited. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to forbid you farewell for the night. We're going to hang out for a little bit and talk about the great things because we haven't.
Harford County, I will be back.
Harford County, she will be back. The great shoe diva. Now she has a umbrella over top of her of a whole bunch of things. So we're going to come back in a couple of months. We want you to come back onto the show and tell us all about this trucking thing. Okay.
Absolutely.
So remember, ladies and gentlemen, you are a boss in your own fashion, in your own way, as long as you know your purpose. Got anything else you want to let social media know?
You can find me on Instagram at Shoe Diva Mita. I post Instagram quotes as well as motivation as well as style. You can find me on Facebook as Damitra Sorden-Viera. I think that's it. Oh, you can find me at www.shoe. Oh my goodness. What did I say?
I don't know.
You can find me at listen, that's the entrepreneur brain. Don't charge the brain. Don't charge my heart, charge the brain. You can find me at www.soles4divas.com. That's soulsfordivas.com.
That's where I find you at.
Yeah.
That's where I find you. And the greatest thing about it, I still see my shoe up there named after me. I still see that shoe up there.
Listen, they
I still see it. I know.
I'm trying to get some more.
She named the shoe after me, and I was happy about that.
I want people to understand. I'm glad you said that. A lot of my shoes are named after people that I know. So when I look at the shoe, I think of someone that I know, and I just pick randomly.
Yes.
If it corresponds with them, they'd be like, "You named the shoe after me?" Absolutely.
I didn't even know.
Absolutely.
I didn't even know she did it. I was like, "What?" She sent me a picture and was like,
"My friends,
these shoes, Stacy,
guys are like so surprised."
I was super surprised. I was like, "What?"
See that?
Yes. So social media world, we are going to sound off for the night. The next Friday, join us with another guest at 7 p.m. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share, and throw them love hearts up. Hopefully, we'll be back on our social media platform. But if not, we'll go the way of
next time she might be on my podcast.
That's right. We'll go the way of YouTube. If you have not shared this video, please share it. And I send out a lot of commentation. I send out a lot of flyers. If you get a flyer from me, share it for me.
Absolutely.
Share it for me. So sharing is caring. Well, not only that, if I reach one, you reach one, and then multiples will reach others. That's how it goes. That's how this entrepreneurship does, and that's a part of networking. It's a part of networking. So again, great time we had tonight.
Yes, continue to pray for us.
Continue to keep us up and lifted up in prayer. There's a lot of things that go on in the behind the scenes of entrepreneurship, but we are making it happen.
Absolutely.
This is our season. Good night, folks. And make sure, walk in your purpose and know your purpose and know that you were created for a purpose. Good night.
Good night. That was awesome. And I still have people on Facebook. Instagram.